Hey, that's me personally.
Okay, so I'm not doubting. I am not saying there's anything wrong with anybody who does not feel comfortable. What I'm saying is don't make other people feel like it's them because they are comfortable with it. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that I think that is a very normal thing. Every time I'm having a conversation with someone else does not necessarily mean that I am attracted to that person or we're talking about us having sex. It is so natural and normal. It's something that everybody does. So the fact that we all do it, we wouldn't be here without it. Why did this whole
Could have been
all
touched to you, baby.
okay, Lord, you get what I'm saying? Like, why is it this just this subject that it just can't be like happening? Like, I have a coworker that if we even mention anything sexual, like if it's all the women around and he's a man, he gets like all in his feelings. Oh, my time to go. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Because
Like,
sometimes, I mean, it can be uncomfortable. A whole bunch of women talk about sex and one guy being there. It can be uncomfortable.
no, it would be. It doesn't be. It could be about somebody's body part. Like we could say ass, and he's like, "My cue to go." What is wrong
Hey,
with you?
look, the Me Too movement is strong out here. So, God,
No, I
I'm
get
out.
that. I get that. I get that.
I'm
I
not
get
trying to say nothing. You could be saying, he say, well, you have a nice one, and next thing you know, he in HR. Like, what? But we just talking, and I just complimented. Why? Like I was trying to touch it. I'm sorry.
Did
Shit.
you see the video? It was like any girl at butt that I touched in a kindergarten, first grade. I'm sorry.
Yo, this real out here. Like, I'm not trying. Yo, I'm sorry. I don't want.
That was funny.
I do
Like,
not
that's
want to become
amazing.
famous. I really don't because I don't want nothing from my past popping up from high school. I'm sorry. Like, I'm really sorry. I don't need none of that popping up.
Because you did inappropriate things.
Yes, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be nobody's Supreme Court judge and have that pop up. No,
Oh wow.
I'm good. Singing in the background. I'm good.
No, I just think that we need to be in a space where it's 2018, about to be 2019, and we can have free conversations
It really
about
is.
whatever we want to have a
Like
conversation
it's
with.
supposed to be Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. Jeez.
I think some women take it when a man brings up sex in their conversation when they're getting to know each other that that's all he wants.
Exactly.
And then I think that when a woman brings it up first, then he automatically thinks she's a freak or that that's what she wants. Like it's so horrible that I will not have sex with somebody unless I've had a conversation with them about it. How? It's going to be the most awkward thing ever. You don't see that?
Yeah, okay, absolutely.
Like we
Like,
never had one conversation
never
about
talked
nothing
about-
that you like, dislike,
Exactly what you like,
like what you done, what you like
Like,
to
do you like
drink,
gerbils
don't
or no?
like what?
I don't even know.
What did you say?
I said, do you like gerbils or no?
Really? No. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how can we go into that intimate moment and not ever have had a conversation about it? Like, that's crazy to me. I don't understand it.
That's why.
Have you
Have I what?
tried it?
What? Have sex
Like,
with you?
who is calling me like when I'm on air?
Are you about to answer?
No, I'm like,
Oh, okay. I'll just say, take a 5-minute pause so you can answer your booty call. It probably is a booty call. Is it a booty call?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
They call. They change numbers on you. It's my new number.
Will you shut up?
Save it on the Big Daddy.
No, so one, I hate when I get a phone call from somebody and I don't have their phone number and I have no idea who it is. One, because I'm extremely nosy, and two, it's like 9:30 at night. Everybody who pretty much knows me knows that every Wednesday where am I? In this chair, unless it's something else. And tonight I'm in this chair. So why are you calling me at 9:30 at night?
Hey, you trying to set something up early?
Well, you know, if it was a booty call, I would know who it was.
Could be a random.
I don't really be random.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. That is good to know.
What? That I don't do randoms?
Yeah.
You should know that I don't do
I know you
randoms.
don't do randoms. I know you don't do randoms.
That's one of my issues.
That you don't do randoms.
That I don't do randoms.
And that you want to do randoms?
No, I just
Oh.
think that my sexual life will be more
It'd be more, definitely.
interesting and
Definitely
more
more.
fulfilled at this point.
Not necessarily.
I will be having more sex than I am right
Yes,
now.
you probably be having more
I wouldn't
sex.
be averaging once or twice a month.
But that doesn't mean it'll be more fulfilled. Because randoms could be randomly like, oh, I shouldn't have.
Well, that's part of the reason why I don't do randoms.
And then be like,
Because I
it could be a
can't.
hit and miss, and it'd be like, and then it could be a good one, and it'd be like, but it was a random, so we might not reconnect for another 2 to 3 months, and you'd be like,
Yeah, so I don't do randoms just because it gotta be worth my time. Being single and being in a space of, like being free to do what I want when I want to, I can't. It's still gotta be worth it. I gotta know what I'm getting myself into. Which is why I go to what's familiar.
That's a good and a bad thing.
Well, why is it a bad thing?
It can be a bad thing. You're going back to what's familiar. It can be a bad thing. Not on the sense that it could be a toxic relationship that you keep going back to.
But it's not a relationship.
It could be something that. All right, so it could be something that you really need to let go. It's really not the best situation to really be going back to.
Why?
Why? What do you mean, why?
Why? So the problem is that people think that when you go back to what's familiar, that you are still attaching it to what was.
No, it's not.
Not necessarily.
That's not. It could
really
be though.
just be about the sex.
It exactly could be about the sex. It also could be that. Not in your case. Let me preface this before you go off. You'll go off on me when I start saying this. So let me preface it by saying, not in your case. It could be the fact that you haven't fully got over that situation. So until you find something that you can fully attach yourself to new, you keep going back to an old situation. That's in some people's cases. Not yours. Let me again give afterwards on you.
I think that men think that women have a hard time detaching our emotions.
Some do.
I think men think that most women do have a really hard time, like separating the two.
There's a lot of women that do.
We are not capable of, and I think that comes with growth.
Mm-hmm.
I think that comes with knowing yourself and being comfortable with yourself, especially being comfortable with who you are sexually. The reason why I say that is because I never thought that would be me.
What, attached?
To be able to detach.
Oh, to be able to detach.
I didn't know. I'm so emotional.
Yes, you are.
I am so connected to my emotions, and they like roll off of me like water. Like my heart is literally on my sleeve at all the time. So I was a little afraid of it, but then you get older, you go through a whole lot of things, and I don't really go through the emotions that I went through. Like in my 20s, a breakup was devastating to my world. Oh my gosh, we broke up. What am I gonna do? I can't breathe. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I'm losing
R. Kelly.
my fucking mind. No, honestly, those are the things that I would go through. I would be a walking zombie for days at a time. Like, okay, I don't want to eat. I don't want to talk to anybody. I need to just shut myself down because this relationship is over and my world is coming to an end.
And I did.
The end of relationships used to be like death for me, and like I had to grieve through it.
Jeez.
I'm not like that. I'm almost 40.
Yes, you are.
Oh wow, maybe next time. Like, I don't want it. Somebody told me that I'm real cold. Somebody told me I was cold. I didn't think I got cold bone in my body. I'm cold.
Everybody has it to whatever situation.
It's like an adage. Go ahead.
What?
I can see see it.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That ADHD.
I just needed people to understand why I kept on touching my nose because I could see a hand and I was trying to get it off. Go ahead. And how I was looking cross-eyed for a second. Go ahead. What was you saying?
Wow. You just got distracted easily. And you just made me lose my train of thought. What was I about to say about you?
Cold.
Oh yeah, so you being cold. I think that everybody has a cold bone in their body to can have it to a specific situation. Maybe not relationship wise, but somebody can be immune to stuff. Whatever it may be. It may be relationships, it may be hardships, whatever. Some people can easily get over some stuff. Some more than others. So I mean, now you're able to get over relationships very quickly and move on to the next, or move on to go back to a throwback, or move on to being by yourself for a minute.
Shade.
That wasn't shade. World
No,
for
it
weeks at a
can't.
time.
I've been through too much. I survived too much. It just can't be that big.
Well, I'm glad that you've grown. That's a
Like
good thing.
it's in a space where shit don't work out. Like I think that we put way too much pressure on ourselves from failed relationships. Like we failed. No, it just didn't work out. Like people actually treat you a certain way. Like damn, I see memes and stuff on Facebook and IG. People saying, you done had 5 bays this year. So what? So what? Like, what? You tried it, you met somebody, y'all was feeling each other, it felt real, real good, and then some shit happened and it just didn't work out. Whether it was you found out something about that person or they did some shit to you that just was not forgivable. You said, okay, you put your big girl panties on, you put your big boy boxers on, however, or briefs, whatever you choose. Boxer briefs and thongs if you had to, and you keep on going. And if you gotta go through 8 people in one fucking year, or if it's 12, I just hope you just be safe.
Wow, you get one
month.
Gosh. So is there a time like, yo, stuff ain't working out right now. Let me just sit back and chill for a minute.
It's individual. I hate when somebody says.
I'm not saying everyone. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying
sometimes it seems like people be like, and that's what I think. That's where the meme comes from. Is that people jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. You're like, yo, take a second to.
Maybe they don't need to take a second. So somebody told me after one of my relationships, you should just take a year off and just be single.
I've heard that.
Why? It worked for me. I ain't you. I'm not you. I needed to find myself. I needed to do this. I needed to get to know me. I know who the fuck I am.
Crazy.
I don't. Some people need that. Some people don't. Some people need to put themselves in different situations in different places to meet different people. Some people need to try something different. Some people do need to take a step back and say, hey, maybe I need to just take a time out. Whatever works for you is individually based. It is not no blueprint for this shit. I get tired of people thinking that how you did it was going to work for somebody else. Everybody has their own path, and their path don't look like nobody else's. So no, I'm not going to do what you wanted me, what you did for you. No, I gotta do what's best for me. I just had a conversation with my girlfriend because she called me and she's like, I know how you are, and you don't like to tell me and give me advice. I don't. What I do for my friends is I support them. Whatever you decide that you want to do, then I got your back through. If you go, not tell them what to do. Not say leave. I cannot say. I hate when people like, you need to leave his ass alone. You only know what you've been told. You don't know the whole story. Who actually tells anybody 100% of what's happening in their relationship? Who tells one person everything that happened? You can't make a judgment call on somebody else's life when you don't know 100% of nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. I think
Can
so.
none of the only friends that can actually say that if I said you need to leave his ass alone is because he was putting his fucking hands on you. I don't condone abuse in no way, shape, or form. No physical, emotional, and mental fucking abuse. I don't tolerate it. But beyond that, whatever happens in your relationship happens in your relationship. It is between y'all two. I'm your friend because I'm supposed to support you through whatever decision you make for you. Because at the end of the day, if I tell you to leave his ass alone and you leave him alone just because I said you need to leave him alone, you will get mad shit with me later on when you're like, I shouldn't have listened to you. No, follow your own heart. Do what you gonna do, boo. And as your friend, I'll be here to support you through it because that's what I want. I'm grown. If I'm not old enough to make my own decisions for me and follow my own heart, then why am I living? Hello?
You're talking. A
What's
lot.
the question?
Oh, that was actual question?
Yes.
I just thought it was a rhetorical question.
What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand.
Like, I don't like people who do that. And I'm not guilty of it. I try my best. I can't say how many times I went back on giving a man a second chance. I don't even say it no more. I'll say to my homegirl, I call up like I ain't call his ass no more. And I said, you know that I saying that shit today. And tomorrow I'm gonna pick up the phone and call. And she said, you are the only person I know is this fucking honest about how you, cause I am. Cause I don't hold myself to anything because I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I get up in the morning. Why am I putting that much pressure on myself? Why?
I don't know.
For who?
For you?
Because at the end of the day, I gotta be okay with what I did. I gotta be able to look in the mirror and say, you're okay with your actions and what you did. And when I look in the mirror and I stop liking what I see, then that's when I gotta make changes. But I ain't changing shit for nobody else. For what? You living for me tomorrow?
Why would I live for you?
Exactly.
I gotta work in the morning.
You get on my damn nerves.
What's the sign?
But do you get my point?
I get your points.
You quiet because I'm right.
No. Why? Because you were talking a lot.
It's a talk show.
Yes, and you're talking. So I'm listening to you talk.
I just feel like people need to ride their own path and stop worrying about what somebody else is doing. If you are friends with somebody, support them through whatever they're going through and stop thinking that you can know more about their life than they do. Don't nobody tell you 100% of that shit. Who?
I just think that sometimes people see stuff and they make suggestions. That's all they can do is make a suggestion.
You know, we just talked about this, right? When somebody suggested to me that I shouldn't talk to the person that I was talking to at the time, right? Didn't give me no valid information, no backup on what or why I shouldn't do what I did. And I don't regret it. I had an amazing 6 months with this person, and it was over.
Then they went
I
to
ain't
Mars.
bet, huh?
And then they went to Mars.
I'm not crying over it. My whole thing is that we live and we learn. Unless I follow my own heart and walk my own path, I will never be satisfied with somebody else making decisions for me. I'm grown.
Yes, you are.
We do that shit when we kids. And friends are supposed to be supportive to each other, not supposed to be making decisions for each other. If I had a girlfriend that would always be telling me what to do, we wouldn't be fucking friends. Because in my mind, I'd be like, bitch, what do you know more about life than I do? Especially if you're the same age as me. I listened to my mom and my godmother and my grandmother when she was here, because they actually lived a little longer. But homegirls that's my same age, and you probably ain't even seen half of what I say. What the hell? And still, what you have been through was with somebody that wasn't with the person that I'm with. Everybody's different. I hate when people think it's just this black and white picture of men and women, and this situation looks just like this situation, so it got to be the same. The outcome's going to be the same.
No.
How the fuck is the outcome going to be the
outcome-
same when you're not dealing with the same two people? Go ahead.
No, go keep on. Go ahead. Oh,
Go ahead.
You want to go? Go ahead.
Nope, I'm listening.
All right. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, the outcome is not going to be the same. Every situation is not exactly the same. Exactly. I think people just see trends of how stuff is going once they've seen other situations, like I said, all anyone can do is make suggestions. They can't force you to do whatever. They can't tell you this is what you should do. All I can say is, hey, this is what I see. This is a suggestion on me. It's your life to live. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not stressing over your life.
I'm not saying suggest. Okay, give me a suggestion. Come on, because I gotta accurately.
Don't vote for Trump. We've seen that before.
No,
I'm
saying
serious.
relationship wise.
Relationship wise, I don't know. Don't let everybody in a relationship.
No, I mean a direct thing with your partner.
Well, I'm single.
Okay, I'm gonna let you think about it. We're gonna go pay some bills, and when we come back, he's gonna give us a goddamn suggestion that he would give a friend in a relationship, so I can either say, oh, okay, or I can shut the shit completely down. We shall see when we return. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. What? Get the thinking.
I'm thinking. Shut up.
Why you gonna yell at me and tell me shut up?
Cause you just told me to get the thinking.
I'm still on Facebook Live.
No, you just want to fuss at me talking about get the
Calm yourself. Calm yourself. I mean, you gotta come back and you gotta give me something.
I know.
You gotta give me a suggestion about a real live situation that could be happening between a man and a woman, and some advice, a suggestion that you would give. You want me to give you a scenario?
No, I got my own.
Okay. So you gotta give me the scenario.
I don't want nothing for you. Oh man.
He over here crazy. What you getting crazy with me for? I play R. Kelly, I Can't Sleep Baby just cause.
Really? That I can't hear right now. Let me log on to the app so I can hear it.
I just felt like it was accurate, baby. That's what I used to be like. Laying in my bed. I remember one breakup. Oh my goodness, I was drinking vodka to go to sleep because I could not sleep. I had a whole bottle and was taking shots.
I've never had a breakup that has had me sad like that.
That's because you are cold-hearted.
I'm not cold-hearted.
You know, it's an ice box.
I'm not cold-hearted at all.
You messed up. Did he say the ice box in his heart or in his chest? You said what now?
I said it's in the feet. No, I'm just saying. Now what from a relationship, seeing that person being around them afterwards has made me uncomfortable. Is what it was uncomfortable being around them. But so
you've never cried over a breakup?
Oh, really cry.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not because of a man. It's just I really cry.
That's because you're not in touch with your emotions.
I don't want to touch my emotions.
No, you're not. You're not even a good communicator.
No, that has nothing to do with my emotions.
You can't communicate your feelings.
That's just a bad communicator. I'm a horrible communicator.
Can you communicate your feelings?
No.
Okay, so this is connected. The hell?
I'm a horrible communicator.
Yes, but then also, are you in touch with your feelings? So do you even know how you feel about stuff?
Yes, absolutely. It's just hard for me to communicate. Like if I had a serious crush on you, it'd be hard for me to communicate that to you because I'm just a horrible communicator.
I think and how old are you?
We're not gonna talk about that right now.
At your age, I think that is fucking horrible that you are the age that you are and you haven't worked on it. Like, at some point you guys.
I have gotten better.
I call bullshit.
No, call my ex, ask her. She will tell you I've gotten.
Call his ex. Who says that?
Because no, time out. You pull that card all the time. You pull that card all the time.
But you actually know my ex.
I've seen the ex.
Okay, you've met my ex on multiple occasions.
I don't know the ex.
You
actually walk in the Wall Street.
First of all, you haven't actually seen him on more than one occasion.
Yes, sir.
You've actually sat in one room with him.
I don't know what he sounds like.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't remember him even speaking hardly.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is.
That is the point.
You've actually met him. I've never met your ex.
You won't.
So why would I call her? At least you.
Why would I call your ex?
I mean, if I want to prove my point, I could call him on speakerphone and be like, you know,
Yeah.
such and such is here. He'll know who you are.
I'm not calling her.
But you get what I'm saying? At least he would know who I'm talking about.
Oh, she'll know who you are.
In a good way or bad way.
Oh no, in a good way. The person that wrapped the gift for you. That's the good way. She still really won't know, but
Huh?
I say she still really won't know who you are, but
See? But he would actually really know who I'm talking about.
not me, no.
Yes, he would.
Ah, okay.
You forget we talk on a regular basis, like, yeah. What is funny about that? And you're my co-host. Who doesn't know that? Oh, you hurt my whole soul. I'm gonna make a flyer and put your picture on it. Wow. Oh my gosh. So extra. We got about 2 minutes.
You know, I created a whole Facebook page.
What? You create what? Another one?
I've been creating it.
With the little mask from my first party. Or one of the parties.
That's the
Oh.
That's the camera.
So my birthday's coming.
What you going?
It's on Thanksgiving.
You eating?
We're talking about going to Virginia.
Who's
You know, anytime.
okay.
Because, I mean,
I'll be there.
you don't do anything. So, think about going down there with the Thanksgiving.
I'll really want church.
Huh?
I'll really for me.
One day, oh no, we doing something for my birthday. I don't know. They were trying to figure out if we were going. So we were talking about going to the strip club.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Why?
I don't want to go to the strip club.
Because we go to a female strip club.
I really don't go to those either. Like, I ain't gonna want. What's all that in a strip club?
I haven't been in one since
the last time I went was for somebody's birthday.
When we did the open mic.
Last
Then where did we do where WSK did the open mic at where? I can't even remember. It was years ago.
I don't know, last time my cousin got engaged. Not to his current wife, but
What? Oh my gosh, I cannot with you. All right, come on, we can ready to go back. I hope you're ready for your whole scenario.
No, we've been talking about all this stuff. No.
Couple seconds. Nope, you gotta come back. Welcome back to WSK Radio, the home of the show Underwood Show. This is a sanctuary, the safe place to be free. I'm your girl, Queen BB.
This is lost in the sauce right now.
Why are you lost in the
Because I'm still
sauce?
trying to think of this scenario.
Oh, wait a minute. So you
overnight
said
scenario.
you had the whole scenario about how you give your friends suggestions on their relationship. Like, you want me to give you one?
Okay, so it's not. So, okay, my cousin, he, and this is,
you put his business out there like that?
I have you know my family, I got a lot of cousins.
Okay.
I got a whole lot of cousins. Anyway, so he's dealing with a girl. They serious, but a girl he used to deal with, she just wanted to talk. So she asked him to come over. I was like, absolutely not. Do not go over there.
That's not a scenario about his relationship.
It is. It has to do with his relationship. Like,
that is some clean cut.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that there's different, like, I give a suggestion not to go over there. He can still go over there if he wants.
He still could go over there if he want. But that's, so listen, I tell my friends, and they all know, if they call me and say, girl, so he was in the shower and his phone was on the thing and I picked it up and I just decided that I would say some shit like, you know, you did that's wrong. And why you touching that man's phone? Or they call me and say, so listen, such and such called me and asked me to go to lunch, right? And I'm like, so if his ex called him and want to go to lunch, is you gonna be cool with him going to lunch with them? You know, so that's just some obvious shit that you just tell your homegirls or your homeboy, like, don't do that dumb shit before you fuck up your shit. I'm talking about some girl. We just had this argument about this situation, and he went too far and said some stuff that I ain't like that he said, and all this other stuff, and they even got into them, And I'm just going to listen to you and support you through it. Because at the end of the day, whether he went too far for you is up to you, not whether or not he went too far for me. That's some stuff I'm talking about.
Okay, so
So say you got a homeboy who call you like, yo, I just found out that my girl like went out having dinner with her ex and nothing happened sexual, but they kind of had a goodbye kiss and whatever.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Right?
It's a wrap. Move on.
You would tell him that?
Absolutely.
See, that's those suggestions that ain't fucking needed. He needs you to listen because he may not feel like it's a wrap for that. But he may actually end his relationship over something small like a goodbye kiss.
A kid,
because the simple fact that you feel that way. Then if that's how you feel, that's your shit.
It's more than just a kiss.
How do you know?
Because you went out with. Why would she go out if you're in a relationship?
How you do not know that was not some unfinished business that she needed to handle? They had a conversation with it. See, that's that shit. You will be the one.
This is unfinished when you get in another relationship.
You will be the one that has somebody's relationship fucked up.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you will.
How so? You're in a relationship with someone else, but you got quote unquote unfinished business with your ex. What unfinished business is there?
So
y'all
you
are
actually
done.
think
It's
that
a wrap.
So you actually think that you can't move on with your life, meet somebody that you like, and still have unresolved emotions and feelings for somebody else, or just have some shit that wasn't able. Prime example, my last ex.
Which one?
My last ex that is in Mars right now, right?
Well, you
can't
reach out.
No. And I talk to him since our relationship ended, correct?
So you want to go out to dinner with him?
No, be quiet and listen.
Eating cheese bread.
6 months from now, I'm in a relationship with a whole different person. I have moved on. But I see him out somewhere. He said, Kim, I just rap to you for a second. I still got some shit I want to say off my chest.
And then you're going to kiss him at the end?
I probably wouldn't. But what if he did kiss me on my cheek? Or maybe just gave me a peck? Or whatever the case may be. And I go and tell my boyfriend, listen, I ran into such and such. We had a conversation, kind of cleared things up, air everything out. And, that's it. And be like, when he left, he kissed me. And that was it. You would tell him to leave me?
Yes. It's all right.
Because you's a fucked up friend.
Kick you to the side.
And he would be a dumbass to listen to you.
Why are you kissing your ex?
Why? I didn't say I fucked him.
Kissing is worse.
How the fuck is a fact?
Kissing is more intimate than
having
sex.
What? You really got some issues that you need to deal with.
No, I
Kissing is worse than sex.
Yo, kissing somebody is intimately deep and close. You go almost.
All right, well, I said, all right. So we went to the bathroom and he just pulled him to the side and hit it from the back, and that was it, and we was done. That would be better.
I'm gonna shoot
exactly. Exactly. So don't say kissing is worse. Like don't do it, because that's just dumb. That's just dumb.
Either way.
So if that was
either way, it's over.
If that was reversed, and my homegirl called me and said, listen, he told me that he ran into his ex, they sat down, had a conversation, and I was like, you know what? He didn't even have to tell you that shit. He told you, and deal with your emotions with it, and you decide what you want to do. You decide what you want to do. You know how you really feel about it. If it was too much for you and you can't handle it, then I'll support you do that. If you feel like it wasn't that big of a deal, because most people make decisions about their relationship based off of what they think other people are going to think, or what somebody else is going to say. Because one, we haven't learned that it's only two people in a relationship, and not your mama and your grandmama and your cousins and your sisters and your brothers.
There's a whole lot of women that have not learned that.
There's a whole lot of men who ain't learned that shit too. You're crazy if you think that men don't have other people in their relationships, especially if they're mama's boy. Yeah, bullshit. Anyway, People haven't learned that it's just the two people in a relationship. And what somebody else is seeing and saying on the outside don't fucking matter. Because at the end of the day, who do you choose in your life? You don't choose your parents, do you? No. They pretty much just have you. Your siblings are whoever else your parents fucking made.
Wait a minute.
They are. Your cousins is just who your mama siblings made. Your grandparents is just like your aunts and uncles. Everybody is based off of somebody else made, and that's their connection to you is about blood, right? You pick your friends, but then sometimes you think that them bitches is somebody that they really not. And you or you find some real true ones that you can deal with. So that's cool. But to live your life out, you don't even pick your children. It's who you fuck, and then that ends up being who they are. Just truth be told, right? You pick your mate. You pick who you marry. You pick to share your life with that person for the rest of your life.
Sometimes
so at the end of you hurt my whole soul.
Just saying.
So at the end of every single fucking day, like that's the person that should be your best friend. That's the person that you should be talking to about everything. That's what goes on between y'all two shouldn't be privy to anybody else. Not 100%. That's crazy. But it's funny.
I'll show you.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I hate when people I have been in it where they put everybody else in the relationship. Like, yo, I'm not in a relationship with everybody else. It's just me and you. Like, it's not gonna work if you feel like anything that happens between me and you run and tell everybody else. Like, I didn't choose to be in a relationship with other people. Just you. You only.
But do you realize that some people do that because of the simple fact that they need it to look a certain way to other people? And when they don't, it's just like, oh my goodness. But 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't even know what it is if you didn't tell them. So when you get into an argument with your mate, nobody would know that y'all was mad with each other because I was in a relationship with somebody that when we went out, we was out. If we had somewhere planned to go and we got into an argument 5 minutes before we was leaving the fucking house, when we got there, that argument was going to wait till we got back home.
That's how it should be.
We cool. We in love. And when we get back in that car, you is every dumb motherfucker there is.
You walking on, catch Uber.
You get what I'm saying, though? But when we was out in front of everybody else, don't nobody need to know that I'm mad with you.
That's how it should be. I don't.
Or let's just stay home.
We probably need to go out before we kill each other.
But you get what I'm saying? I've gotten to a point where when I go through things, like I have, and sometimes, I get asked. Like, my mama asked me, she was like, so you was talking about such and such, and he was here, and now you don't say anything, and I haven't seen what happened. She never asked me what happened, because I don't be telling her. And the reason why I don't is because while I'm mad with you this week, I might like you next week, and you might be back. So I don't want her to be in her feelings because she didn't like what you did. So now I ain't talking to her right now.
All he gotta do is buy Teresa some shoes and he be in her.
Stop talking about. But you get what I'm saying? I just don't. Like, her and my daughter are like hounds on me. They don't play no games. My daughter just told me, going to tell her teacher the other day. Yeah, because my mother can't get married until, I have a talk with him. And I need to find out where he sees himself in 10 years. And do he go to church? And what is his intentions with my mother? And I'm like, do he have any kids? And how old is he? I
said, 10 years? She not 10. She don't know what life is like at 10 years. Tell her to sit down.
And it was dead serious.
Oh my goodness.
So we gotta do a full investigation. I said, this child is crazy.
Tell her to spell.
But they are part of my everyday life, so it's kind of hard to separate them from it. But I try my best because they had them two wrapped up in what I got going on. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't tell my parents about it.
Because, my mama had decided she ain't like somebody that I did like. And every time he would come over, she was like, And I'm like, Ma, I understand that you don't like him, but I did. So So, at the end of the day,
Did he go to Mars?
huh?
Did he go to Mars?
No,
Oh,
he
okay.
didn't go to Mars.
All
He's just,
right. Is he still around?
kind of, sort of.
Oh, no.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, I don't think it's going anywhere. And then she had somebody that, oh my gosh, she would die if she ever even thought that I was dealing with him. Like, she would lose her mind. Do you hear me? To the point where I feel like it's a whole secret, and I feel like a kid sneaking. When I tell you, she probably would kill me and him. So,
You still got a roster?
huh?
You still got a roster?
I don't.
Oh, what happened?
People fell off, and I'm kind of on a chill mode right now. What is funny?
Because we just shifted to you.
Because you just did that. You just did it.
Straight to shifted
No,
to
I'm
you.
really on a chill mode right now. Like I'm not really
Same here.
doing anything.
To the fact, I'm thinking I'll be at the movies by myself a couple times this year.
What we want to see? That's what you got friends for.
Definitely going to see Creed 2.
Well, of course, we already talked about that.
We did?
Yes. And I found out the tickets to Six Flags is $42. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
I was thinking King's Dominion was high.
I looked Six Flags. All right, I didn't look at King's Dominion.
You said you was going to look at King's Dominion.
I thought you said Six Flags.
I did because I feel like driving to King's Dominion.
You did.
What else I want to see? Oh, I got to see Captain Marvel.
I haven't even seen the previews for that.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. So it's like so it looked like she was like the first one discovered.
Wait a minute, so Captain Marvel is a woman?
Yes.
Oh shit! Yes, I'm saying that.
Oh my gosh.
Just because she's a woman.
So it goes back to before everything else. So she's Captain America.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the drive-in is playing Venom this weekend.
I want to see Venom.
They're doing that, and
No, driving on shows like 18 movies.
it's 3. They got some movie called with some letters. It's called a Robot Dog. That's playing first.
A robot.
Yeah, and then it's Venom, and then it's the movie called Secrets or something like that about the father whose daughter goes missing, and he's going onto her computer to her Facebook
The
page.
Chinese? Oh, I'm sorry. The Asian guy?
I think so.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
the previews.
scary as shit here. And not scary.
Oh yeah,
it's a
because
scary
we saw the
movie.
previews of it.
Yeah. Oh. I said that is fucked up to think that you don't know your child. Like that is. I do want to see it, but I'm a little afraid of it a little bit. So
Actually,
because I was looking to see if I was gonna go this weekend because I haven't been in a while, and they're getting ready to close.
Who?
Benji's closes for the women.
Oh, I thought you saw my clothes down for good. I was like, oh. I mean, it's not like it's my spot like I go to all the time.
Oh, that's mine.
I know.
We haven't been in your trunk though. That would be dope. You gotta clean up the trunk though. Put the seats
It's
back.
no trunk. It's
Huh?
really not no trunk. Really. It's very small trunk.
No, but I'm saying, don't the seats go back? Go down? The back seats?
No.
They go flat?
No, the back seat?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it do. You just ain't know how to do it.
It does not.
I can almost guarantee this.
It does not go flat.
What kind of truck did you buy?
I don't think it goes flat.
Just because you don't figure out that it is. I'm going to look when we go outside. I'm pretty sure it does.
I don't know.
He don't know shit about his old vehicle.
Let me find out. I was laying my one seat down to put the ladder in there. I couldn't just leave it. Because sometimes I gotta be work. I'll put my ladder in my truck.
Right, so
I'll
the seats go down.
No, I'll just lay the front seat, the passenger side, and I'll just lay that all the way back and slide it on ladder.
Okay, you are so retarded. I
Hey,
swear to goodness.
It works for me.
But I bet you any amount of money it goes down.
I'm not necessarily sure about that. It's not like I got a 7-seater. Jeez.
My truck did it.
It's not like I got an Escalade on
But
there.
my truck did it.
But that's not really a truck I got, too.
I bet you it does.
I'm not sure.
My car does it. Yeah, what you gonna say about that? My car does it.
We'll see.
Okay. Jesus have mercy. Anyway, so.
So Friday night?
You said when?
What time? Friday night?
Saturday.
Saturday's up.
Then I'm not doing Sunday because I go to work Monday.
I ain't going Sunday.
So I guess it'll be fine.
Saturday is homecoming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I don't know because my best friend's coming in town. So,
Okay.
I guess I haven't been told, like, what time is going to be set aside for me because it's homecoming. So, wait a minute, what homecoming is it for you?
Myrtle.
Myrtle? So, why
And Morgan.
why is all the homecomings on the same weekend?
Well,
So, I guess Dumbo's homecoming is this weekend, too.
Dumbo homecoming weekend?
It must be. He went to Dumbo.
That must be Friday. Dumbo. I was on Saturday. Dumbo must be Friday.
Why are they doing all of them on the same weekend?
I don't know.
Well, Morgan's like it's all weekend, right?
Yeah, Morgan always has all weekend thing. Friday night, Saturday. Saturday is always a game. And the parade and stuff. And then stuff on Sunday.
Yeah, he went to Dumbo, so
Oh yeah.
it gotta be Dumbo.
Definitely won't be at Dunbar's homecoming.
I definitely won't be at anybody's homecoming. I don't do homecomings. I'm almost bored.
It's for, I mean, we didn't even go in the game last year, which was so funny. We was just all on the outside in this one courtyard.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I didn't go to any of those schools. I went to Western. Maybe it's different.
Poly Western?
Yeah. No.
They do stuff together. Poly Western?
No, the fuck we don't.
Oh my goodness.
Western has their own homecoming, and Poly has their own, and it's Western Poly.
Why would it be Western Poly when Poly is alphabetically first?
It's Western Poly.
It's Poly Western. I have never heard Western Poly. I've always heard Poly Western.
It's not Poly Western. How about it's just Western Senior High School?
There is a Poly. Trust me.
In Poly. It's a whole different fucking school.
I know that. My father went there.
Okay, so why do we do any other school like that? No, just because we share two parts of the school, to have that auditorium and the cafeteria split in half, does not mean that it's one school. It's Western Senior High School and Polytechnical, whatever.
They just go disrespect Poly like that.
I don't give a shit. I ain't go there.
Because you know why it's like that, right?
What?
Because Poly used to be all boys and Western was all girls.
Okay, I don't give a shit.
That's why it's Poly Western.
We didn't.
We
still all girls to this day. Don't give a shit.
I know that.
It's Western Senior High School.
I just explained to you why it's
No,
like that.
I'm explaining to you that I went there, and since you didn't go to either, who gives a shit? It's not the case.
City forever. How about that? No.
Yeah, it's didn't even go to city.
I know. My sister did.
So what are you talking about? My niece went to city. So what? And she goes to Morgan then.
Yeah,
and both of my sisters went to Mervo.
They did?
Yes.
Oh, I know. That's right. They were like 45, right?
No, they are not that old. They graduated in 97 and 95.
Oh, yeah, 95 wouldn't know. 97, I might have said.
You hurt my soul. Anyway, so I crushed your whole idea of.
You didn't crush nobody.
I did.
You did not.
I crushed the shit.
What idea?
I crushed the shit out of it.
What idea did you claim you crushed?
Your whole thing about
the suggestions for the West? No.
Yes, that was just dumb.
Leave her.
It was dumb.
Leave her.
It was dumb.
It's not dumb.
It was so. And nobody actually does that shit.
Why don't they? Leave her. She's old.
See, you the one person who would have somebody's relationship really, really fucked up. And you would.
Not me.
Yes, you would.
Yeah. Like I said, I just make suggestions. It's totally up to you to adhere to them or do whatever you want to do. It's your life. Live it like it's golden.
Oh my gosh, now you're doing songs.
Always do songs, you know that.
Alright, well, we gonna play.
Jill Scott.
No, We gonna play these hoes ain't loyal.
Oh wow, that was worse. That's a whole lot worse than what I suggested.
What? You
These
just
hoes
said.
ain't loyal.
You just said it.
They really ain't though. A whole lot of hoes ain't loyal.
You get on my nerves, but that is not true.
What, hoes ain't loyal?
Yes.
They're loyal.
I don't know. I am. Anyway,
You a hoe?
I said I'm loyal.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Now he gonna make me kick him in the throat.
I was just making clarifications, that's all.
Anyway, we gonna pay some bills, and when we come back, pray that he goes still with you.
I think you know.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Why is he like time flying a little bit?
The time.
It's after 10.
Okay, cool.
And I didn't realize it. Alright, so what we talking about when we come back?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Hey,
Hello.
I'm not talking to you.
I was talking to whoever's on really?
So what we gonna talk about when we come back? Well, I gave the whole first segment.
It's your show.
I understand that, but we talked about some good stuff. You just ain't like it. I think there's something wrong with you. You telling your friends to leave their girlfriends for some dumb shit like that.
Nobody asked my opinion on nothing.
And they shouldn't. If you give advice like that, I don't give advice. Not about relationships. Handle your business, boo. Let me know what you're gonna do. Call me if you need me.
I want a relationship advice.
You gonna cry? Go ahead and cry. Get it out. I can't say sometimes I get annoyed with listening to the same thing.
I ain't had a successful one yet, so I'm not sure. I don't know.
What is deemed an unsuccessful relationship? Because it ended?
Not because it ended. I guess it's just the way it ended.
Does the time frame matter?
I think if I don't know.
I look at my last long relationship, the 5 years. I think it was very successful. The reason why I think it was successful is because we did great together. We were good. And it ended over some stuff that, was stupid in my opinion. Like, it could have ended differently. It ended bad, but it ended bad based off a simple fact of people not knowing how to handle situations and communicate well. But other than that, like, when you have a 5-year relationship and y'all don't argue, and majority of the time when y'all together, y'all having fun and tripping, and y'all basically laugh and have amazing ass sex. Like, how can I call that unsuccessful? Why? That is so ugly. How can you call that unsuccessful? Because it ended? Can you stop? If you want one, can I be ready for it?
Right.
Like, that's so urgent.
Right.
Oh, ew, give me the phone. Give it.
Now you gotta treat it like a mirror. Jeez.
No, I don't need any pictures in here. She's clean those, delete that other shit.
Definitely not this one.
That's pretty.
Look at your eyes.
Why? Because they shot? But it's still great.
What are you looking at? You're not looking at the camera. You're looking at your
It
looking
flashed.
at your phone.
It flashed. In my eyes. Delete this one. My stomach was on that. Oh, I'm not gonna see all that.
All of it?
The ones I didn't like, I did. Yeah, I have me. It flashes. What you want to put up? You gonna post something that said my pain in the ass front? You better come over and get that damn TV and that thing off the porch and fix the damn closets. You get in trouble.
Well, I'm not doing
I know you ain't doing it tonight. No, it's not the way you snoring at them.
I'm snoring anymore.
You lies. You was just over there snoring. You lies. You need to go get a sleep apnea test. Find out what is wrong with your nose. Huh? You seriously need to figure out why you sound like that. Like a grizzly bear. Like a whole grizzly family in hibernation.
I like you don't snore.
I don't sound like you.
You snore.
I do snore, but I don't sound like you. Do you understand the difference? If not sounding like you. Okay, I got something we can talk about. You're probably not
What?
Nope. I'm gonna wait till we come back on air. I can't believe it's October. All right, so Halloween. Why you don't do Halloween? What? Really? Well, can I say what I gotta do for Halloween? Thank you. So at work we doing the trunk or treat thing. Trunk or treat. Where we put our cars in the parking lot and the kids come around and give the candy out the trunks, the car.
Did you see this joint?
Yes.
No, that was so fun.
You sent it to me.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, you don't respond to last
Whatever. And then we are being you ain't sent me that. We are being Care Bears. Isn't that cute? You know, listen.
You can't care what?
But I still got to take time. You not gonna come be our bodyguard while we walk around? So my mother is not gonna want me yet. Last year she was having a whole fit. She was like, I don't want y'all out there by yourself when we're gonna walk around. She didn't know we were around by the apartment, which is even better in my opinion.
Where you at now?
Yeah. She was having this whole day. So, but I don't know. I don't know how they do around our way. You know, we hadn't moved in yet last year. We were just moving stuff in. But I ain't gonna leave her until 6 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about coming and get her.
Trying to think what's on in your car.
That's what you needed that for?
All I want.
Saying shame, been friends all these years. All these years.
I don't know pictures of me.
I did.
I said I.
I did too. Mm-hmm. Well, when I lost my job and we went out, I got those. Every time we go out, we take a picture.
I have my phone.
welcome. You don't love me like that to be wanting to take pictures with me and stuff. Nope. I don't get that. Oh my gosh. All right, we got a minute before we go big on.
I take a picture from my photo. I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, what's the three? I think I saw this movie right on real. What did you recommend? You don't know what you recommend. Oh, thank you. Welcome back to WSK Online Radio, the home of the show Underwood Show. This is the Sanctuary, your safe place to be free. I'm your girl, Queen Bee. All right, so we've had an interesting show so far.
Always.
Now, I want to talk about
What?
feelings. Something that you have an issue with expressing.
Oh, why do we want to talk about that?
Because, we tend to talk about me.
Oh, we don't.
We don't.
No.
We don't. Why should you tell? Anyway, so, no, seriously though,
What?
do you think that it is actually a good idea for two people who are friends, good friends, yeah, I'm doing it, to progress their friendship to a relationship, not knowing if it's going to work out?
You never know if a relationship is going to work out.
Right. So you can do damage to a really good friendship. It's a question.
You can. I mean, like I said,
Is that a worry though?
it can be, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you never know if any relationship is going to work out, and I think any good relationship starts out with y'all being friends, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Friends with always the intent of a relationship.
Not always. You can start out being friends with somebody without having an initial intention of it being a relationship, and then it grows into a relationship.
Yes, but 9 times out of 10 when people say you should be a friend first, it's because you meet somebody, you're interested in them, and then y'all build a friendship first, and then y'all build a relationship. Is what they're saying.
Right.
Not saying get into a relationship with your friends.
No, but you can also, even if having a friend, there could be maybe some slight, I don't know,
Advantage?
not an advantage. It could be some slight liking the other person a little bit, possibly, maybe.
So it's not about whether or not you like the person or dislike the person. It's not about that. Because it's very possible to have feelings for a person that you are friends with and never taking that step because of the fear of ruining the friendship part of it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a dislike or like or thought of, this is not who I want to be with. It's if this doesn't work, is it worth the friendship? That's what I'm saying. Is the chance of the relationship worth the friendship? And 9 times out of 10, can you go back?
I was going to ask y'all, can you go back to
Can
being
you go
friends?
back? it depends on why it doesn't work out.
Yeah, absolutely. If it doesn't work out because of abuse or something, then I'm just saying. I don't know where you find out what type of person they really are behind closed doors. Like,
Yeah, we ain't go back friends if you
we
bust
can't do
us
that
out
being
my head.
friends. If it doesn't work, like we get for y'all better off being friends.
But can everybody handle that though?
No, everybody can't handle it.
Right. So, like, people really get in their feelings.
You probably want to get in feelings.
No, I'm really not that. I probably, in my 20s, yeah, I would have been like, oh, well, we ain't going to be together, we ain't going to be friends. But I'm a person at this age, and at this time in my life, that even if I was to say, I'm going to try something like that and it don't work out, I would want my friend back. I just don't know that it's possible to get it back. Truth be told, men are more emotional than women.
That is not true. That is a lie. That is a whole lie.
Emotional as creatures.
No.
And y'all be in y'all feelings
Absolutely
a
not.
whole lot more than
Men
what
can
y'all
go back to
do.
being friends very quickly. Y'all be the ones that be hung up on, yo, I still want to be in a relationship.
No, that is not true.
This is not going to work
That's
out.
not true.
Let's just go back to being what we were.
That's not true.
That's absolutely true.
And would you actually go back to what you used to be, though?
Yes.
Like exactly that way? No.
I don't see.
No.
Either.
No.
Nobody can. You can't at that point go back to what you used to be.
You want to
because
know
y'all in a
how
relationship.
I
You've tried it.
Yeah.
So that means you can't go back to being friends.
No, I tried to go back, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work, and no matter how hard it's tried.
On who did it work for? You or him? Or both of y'all?
Well, maybe, all right, so, Brandon, everybody who knows me knows that I'm spoiled when it comes down to
You spoiled, period.
my friends and my man. And so I have a certain expectation of the men in my life. I just do. So you in my life and the roles that you played in my life, like, my male friends tend to play these roles for whatever reason they play them, and then get in their feelings because it's like, did you have a reason for you being this way? Well, I'm thinking, all right, well, this is just our friendship. This is how we are. This certain things I can count on your ass to do. And like you, when you always threaten me, get a man, because I'm not going to do this shit no more.
I can't wait for that day.
It's not going to change nothing.
It is. What really is going to change?
Did it change anything prior to when I had a man? Uh-huh. So what? But I'm saying, did it change?
He didn't do nothing. I'm just waiting for that man that steps up to the plate like Barry Bonds and hits that home run. That's what I'm waiting for.
Whatever.
That faithful day.
But I'm saying.
That glorious day.
But I'm saying.
We shall overcome. Okay.
Oh my gosh. There you go. There you go. There you go. But I'm just saying, it's a hard task. And because I value my friendship so much, I am the one who's afraid of it. To be honest, I am really, really afraid of certain situations like that, just because I value the people in my life. I don't have that many people in my life. So since my circle, like, real small, like we all touching each other, like that's how small my circle is. Like my fear of losing somebody in that circle is major, especially for something that I ain't 100% like about. Like, I don't know. It's not. But I would think that being friends will put you in a position where you are super comfortable with the person to be able to talk to them about it. But everybody is not capable of doing that shit. So, like, how can you possibly think that you can move a friendship from one thing to the other if you can't have a conversation?
Some people just can't have that conversation. That goes back
What
to the
grown
person.
adult can't have that conversation?
It's just so.
So
you act like being an adult means that once you hit 21, all these things just fall in line.
No. I think that when you recognize things, and if you're capable of saying, I struggle with this, then you're capable of working on them to get over it.
Okay, yes, people work on stuff, but it takes time. It can take years for stuff You think it's not an overnight
it's a
scenario.
fucking excuse
It's
because
not
you ain't
excuse.
working on shit.
No, it is not an excuse.
How do you work on it then?
I try, me personally,
Okay.
I try to, okay, so sometimes what I do is, if the person allows me to, I'll write it out. It's easier sometimes for me to communicate writing versus talking.
So how can somebody control you writing something out?
Because they don't want to, like, I want to hear from your mouth, not or via text.
If you write something out, like.
That's what I say, like, it's still my feelings.
Right.
It's not like it's coming from a third party.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I mean, I've had that before.
Now, nobody wants to have a serious conversation through text.
I can have a full out argument. If I can have all my arguments through text, I will win them 100% of the time. But if I got to come off the top of the dome,
that's just because you need to actually go back, read what you said, and be like, nope, don't say that shit. I need to
come up with a different word. I can go to the dictionary.
That's so real crazy. That's so real childish shit.
I can use my SAT skills.
That's
a good argument. I can come with facts. I can come with cliff notes.
It take you 20 minutes to reply.
So what?
If we in an argument, you going through all that, it's going to take you 20 minutes to reply to what I'm saying.
No, I'll come back. All cash to let you know reality at you.
No. So I don't have arguments or conversations through text. I want to have a face-to-face conversation. But I don't have an issue with people writing stuff down. Like, I like personal notes. I think notes is like, but don't text me no shit. Like, I don't even want to be looking like, why am I reading this through a text message? Especially when you are around a person a lot and then they wait. Like, that annoys the shit out of me. You was just in my presence and then you waited until I fucking left and sent me that damn text message. I be like, the fuck is this for?
Wait a minute.
That's what I be thinking out of my mind sometimes. Like,
I'm gonna take sometimes.
I was just with you.
Okay, but sometimes it's like I said, somebody can't say it right then and there. Be like, yo, let me now text it. Let me send an email. Let me send a new message. There's so many ways that we communicate to one person.
Yes, which has taken it personal. Which has taken it like, you know.
That I definitely can agree with. Yeah,
right.
Like that personal touch just taken away. Like
it's just
we can communicate like so many different ways, but it's all still coming to that one same device. Like I'm texting you, or I can send it through Messenger, or I can send it through Instagram, or I can send it through email.
When you don't answer me, I'll be like, all right, well, I'm gonna message his ass. He won't forget my message one way or another.
I kind of hate that though too.
Did I do that?
I hate that. Just period. Like
I hate because you know I will copy and paste the message and send you the same exact.
I hate that. Like I did reply to you text. Oh, Messenger is going on. Oh, they sent it through IG. Okay. I just got an email. The same exact thing. You do realize all of these messages, even though it's different social medias, they still all come into the same device.
So listen, some people have some of their devices, some of their things that are notifications on and some of them off. So I usually only use text and Messenger. I don't do IG and all that other stuff. If I text you something and you don't reply, and then I go on Messenger and see you active.
And see, I hate that. Just because it says you're active.
I know, technically you could be on Facebook. You don't have to be in Messenger. I get it. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, a bubble is going to pop up. Most people have the bubble on their phone. So when you see my nice little face pop up on your thing, you're like, okay, so she sent me a message.
I don't, my Messenger, the notification. No, the notification is on.
I was about to say, you respond to my Messenger before you respond to my goddamn text message. Like when I was coming from the airport.
You didn't text me. You
I
sent me Messenger.
No, I text you and I sent it through Messenger. I text you first and I didn't get a response. And so I sent it through Messenger. I can show it to you. You did. You replied. You said okay.
When you come from the airport?
When I was coming from the airport. Exactly. Don't tell me because I do it all the time. And I don't care. I don't care. Anyway,
what we arguing about this time?
No, so we were talking about friends turning, like moving their relationship to the next level. Like, and how do you even do that? Like, I don't know.
What, go to the next level?
Yeah, do you skip the dating part of it?
No, you still can date.
I don't know. I just think
You
that
still can't date?
Huh?
Even if you've been, like, even if y'all just hung out as friends, y'all now can't go out? Or is it different? I don't know.
No, I'm asking.
That's what I'm asking you.
I asked you first. How you asking the same question?
Because I know you got an opinion on it.
How do you do that? How do you transition from? Because some people think.
So now we can go out, we can rub pants because now we're dating.
Do you know that I've been dating people for months and haven't broken? Like, I don't know. For some reason, I'm in a space where I can have a conversation about sex, but I haven't moved on it.
You're the hype man. You just hype it up.
No, it's not hype. It's because
Keep the
within
person
a
all
conversation, no. But then, like recently, I had a conversation with a person. I said, I feel like, we're eventually going to have sex. I said, I'm attracted to you. You're attracted to me. I say, I'm attracted to you. You're attracted to me. When we're together, we have a good time, but we hardly see each other. We're averaging maybe seeing each other once every 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh.
So I'm the type of person that if I have sex with you, like, I'm not going to be sleeping with somebody else. So if we're going to cross that line, it's going to be, you better be ready to service me. In that way, if that's the step that you're going to take.
Why does that sound like a baby?
I'm just saying. All right. So you gotta be up to the game, ready to perform that duty. Look, I don't know how to say it. All I know is that
take Viagra. Jeez.
All I gotta say is that it can't be like my situation is what it is because it is what it is, and I knew what it was gonna be when I started it. So that's why I can understand averaging once or twice a month. But that is because of what it is and that I chose it. I'm not going to choose that with somebody that I'm regularly dating. But then I don't think that I necessarily want to have sex with somebody I'm dating. I want to wait until I know I want to be in a relationship with them. I want to be comfortable to know that we're going somewhere. I'm going to test it prior to us getting into a relationship because if it ain't good, then it ain't going to be no relationship. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then that's weird too. So say you dating your friend that y'all decide y'all want to.
And it's not good?
And it's not good.
Oh man, that's a hard go back.
How do you go back to being friends after that? Or even after y'all had sex and it is good, but then the relationship don't work out for other reasons. How do you go back to being friends? And see, since I am who I am and I talk to my friends about my sex life.
You can't talk to your friend about your
I wouldn't be able to talk to my friend about my sex life no more.
It depends
how 9 times out of 10, I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit. Especially if it was good for him but wasn't good for me. Come on. Our friendship would never be the same.
So,
please.
Okay, so it could be, maybe not immediately you go back to being able to talk about,
Just say you fuck up your friendship.
Huh?
Just say you fuck up your friendship.
No.
You still believe that you can go back.
I think you can. Like, you can go back to being friends, just regular friends.
It will not be the same.
I don't know if it'll ever be the same. I do think I can go back to being just friends. Now, I do think it can take some time, especially if y'all have sex. I think it can. I think that.
So do you think that your friend it should be able to work out because your friend should know you?
It should be work out in a relationship, or it should, but then the relationship is a different level. It's a different level. Now y'all more serious, y'all. It's still that friendship aspect in the relationship, but I don't know. Now y'all exclusively with each other. So I mean, it's a different side of the person you're gonna see because y'all are in a relationship.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, you are who you are.
Oh, you're always gonna be who you are. And if you are the true friends, then you already know how that person is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, as my friend, you know shit that annoys me. Right? So if we were to get into a relationship, you should know, as my friend, what the fuck is going to get on my nerves. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, that's not going to change. What annoys me is what annoys me. So let me ask you this, because I'm going to get off it for a second.
Hey.
We're going to come back to it.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we're going to pay one more set of bills.
Okay.
And then when we come back, I'm action.
All right.
This will give us a little bit more time. So y'all stay tuned in because we're talking about friends and moving to relationship. I'm gonna play Usher and Lil Jon, Lovers and Friends.
Oh. Got a song better.
Y'all stay tuned in. We'll be right back. I did. I thought I did really good with my song choices tonight.
I've been waiting for a long time. But it never crossed my mind. Tonight I seen something that baby wanted to.
I thought that was a good choice. I don't like how they had just done this. I don't like how they did. They keep on changing Facebook Live. Like I don't know how it works now.
I looked at my Facebook the other day. I was like, oh.
You know I'm only on it because
I select all that. I go to work. Girl. 40 something.
what? I still got like 200 farm requests that I ain't spent. I don't even know why like people friend request me because my page is it's like public, so you don't have to even like you can just search and find me and I'm there. So you
Oh, why is it only Wednesday?
can, my leg is
I woke up this morning, I could have sworn it was Thursday.
my leg is hurting. I feel swollen.
I'm talking to you like I don't need to.
I do not know what is happening.
I'm spreading it out.
Oh, well, you dummy, you don't go, and then it's just gonna get worse.
You don't go away from me.
It's about to be 10 years that I've been dealing with this. This ain't no new issue. Right. I'm seasoned.
But you want to be walking around Orlando like
Yeah, my leg is.
you should have been in a golf park.
But it was beautiful there. I want to go back so bad. I want to go to that one. But that's somewhere else I want to go. Don't think that's that deep. Do it. I said I want to go.
You hear what I said?
I didn't get a passport first.
I don't know what to do. I haven't done that process. I have a reason to. Even though they say you should just do it, when you go. These trips I did for work was like major. You know, I never been there.
It wasn't the original plan. What happened was we're trying to go to when we were trying to go to the Ravens Steelers game on Monday night, it was cheaper to get a flight and tickets to Miami than it was to get tickets to the game. So that's how we're gonna go to Miami. And then we played down Miami with the next year, so we went back down Miami. First year they won.
Apologies for that.
Second year they
I have
lost.
not been to Oregon in years, which is crazy.
I've never been to one here.
You've never been to one here?
One, two, I think you live in Miami.
That's what I was thinking about.
What's your name? I went to. Now my thing that I go to every year when Spurs play the Wizards in Houston.
I want to go to New Orleans.
That's it.
No, I can't. You know I don't like crowds.
That's ridiculous.
I wanna go when it's not.
Like 90% win.
Cause it's for women.
It's like,
Men only go down there for the women. It ain't for them.
if I was buying like once a games, I would go to Carolina.
I'm supposed to be going to a couple ladies. What's your schedule look like Monday?
Where you going?
Down to the purple ladies in I wonder at a Ravens Stadium. Purple ladies. It's from 4 to 9.
That's not. I got training on that. Oh, crap. What's one of the eight?
I don't have Uber on my phone again.
Go back home.
Welcome back to WSK Online Radio, where the home of the show Underwood Show. This is the sanctuary, the safe place to be free. I'm your girl, Queen Bee.
This is Dino Brown. I don't know what I did. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me?
Yes.
What I did?
Forgot stuff.
Yeah,
Forgot
I
you was about to
stumbled
say.
a little bit. You know, because I was getting ready to say, Red Talk Radio just got better. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, so I just stumbled. It's okay. Anyway, so question. So, is it wrong if it's something about a person that bothers you, right? And you are seeing this person like y'all are dating, should you just tell them? Or should you just... So, all right, let me give you an example.
Yes, please.
I have always dealt with real clean cut. So while my boyfriends have not been the best looking, they not no Shamar Moore, whoever, sexy, make you want to take triple looks when I've dealt with confident, clean cut, very into how they present themselves, right? My mom used to tell me that I used to deal with men who, label wars. But no. So my thing is, I love a good smelling man, right? Like something about that takes me to another place.
I'm about to say, because it's taking you there now.
But somebody I've seen, it's very attractive and clean cut, like always has a haircut. Never seen him really dressed, and I guess it's because of how he ended up. It's always been at work and stuff like that. So I'm giving him passes and
Like work smell? Like you see him after work?
No, like I want you to smell good. Like I was dating one guy who told me that he doesn't wear colognes and stuff, and he was like, but you know we could go to the mall and we can find one that you like. And so I was like, oh, cool, you're even willing to take the step to fix what I don't like. I like that. I like that.
Soap has a
But
nice smell to it.
I know so bad, but it's not. I don't know. I think I'm just used to dealing with men who wear cologne.
Does for men. Smell.
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that what's wrong with putting a little bit more effort into it. Possible.
Speaking of which, I'm glad you reminded me. I can't find my oil.
Okay, really?
We're talking about oil.
About you.
I know we're not talking about me.
Saying.
I know we're not talking about me. I just thought about I can't find my oil. I need to go get some.
Anyway.
Go get it started.
I don't know. Like I'm a woman that definitely you come and pick me up for a date. One, I want to smell you. Like I want to be able to smell. Like you hug me and you leave your scent on me a little bit. Or like if we're in the movies and I lay my head on your shoulder, I want to smell something good. You gotta have your nails clean. Like I'm a fanatic about clean nails. Fresh breath, funky breath blows my mind. And then tissues. Like I don't care. Like I ended up with labor wars. Like my ex, long term ex, it's a labor war. Like for real. Like for real. And that ain't me. I'm as chill as it can be with clothes. Like it ain't even. I know how to get dressed, but I don't spend a whole bunch of money on clothes. So I think that effort has to be put into it when you're dealing with somebody. Some people don't know how to put like some effort in. Like if somebody say I'm coming over to see you and I've been laying around the house all day, I'm gonna take a shower. Even though I haven't done anything, I am still gonna take a shower before you get there. If I don't have enough time to take a shower, I'm at least gonna take a horse bath and wash my lady parts and freshen up and put some lotion and spray some stuff on me so when you come over, I smell good. Don't people want to smell people who smell good?
Yeah.
Hey, how do you want to be laid up on my couch, cuddling, and I don't smell nothing? Or I smell something that don't smell right? Oh my gosh. But how long does the soap smell last?
24 hours.
It does not. Lie as you fucking tell.
Says them on the label.
They are lying.
I'm joking. Don't say 24 hours on the label.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Like y'all, I think men want women to put forth that effort. Like I think men should do the same thing. I think if you're going over to a woman's house, you should put some mints. I had a guy who burnt my nose off.
I got this ring in my car.
Yeah, but still, after a while, like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't last forever if you ain't eating nothing.
How much is you?
Huh?
How much is you?
What you mean?
Eating you.
Oh my God, Jesus. Hold on a minute.
I'm just saying.
That's not what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what I was saying was, you know how you brush your teeth in the morning
Yes.
and then you don't put nothing in your mouth and you drive to work and you got that, okay, I brush my teeth, but then I got that stale. You can taste when you're brushing.
Yes, you can, especially in the morning.
I just feel like, period. Throughout the day, if you ate something and then you didn't do no mints or nothing, afterwards, like, you can take, like right now, for instance, I'm here to get me a mint because I feel like I ain't had nothing all over drinking with that soda, and I taste like, and I'm like, man, stink. But if I taste it, I feel like you should do something about it. You shouldn't be the woman facing your birthday. Burn my nose off. I think there's something wrong with it. What happened to tap down and making sure that stuff, you're not listening to me.
I am listening to you. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, guys sometimes get comfortable.
getting comfortable with saying I ain't getting a haircut today. Not having funky breath, coming over smelling like sweat. Like men get turned on by the fact that you worked out and you're a little sweaty. That shit stink to me. I don't want to lick your balls and they sweaty. That shit, salty shit is not. It does not taste good.
It's natural.
No, that's nasty. I don't want to be kissing you and then go to your neck and be like, that's what I'm going to do. I can guarantee that's what I'm going to do. That salty sweat shit, And don't nobody want you to be fingering up with your dirty ass nails giving me no fucking yeast infection because you ain't clean your fingers. You get what I'm saying? Really?
What?
No man will ever touch my lady part with no dirty ass nails. That's nasty. You can't do that. Like, men need to start paying attention to those things and making sure that you're good. Like, we are sensitive down there. You will give us a fucking bacterial infection with your dirty ass fingers.
There have been that are sensitive.
I know, it's something we're going to get pedicures and manicures and shit. And that doesn't bother me. By all means, please do. And that's going to keep me from having a bacterial infection. If you don't know how to keep up with it yourself. By all means, please go do that. But no. But your body hygiene and your breath, like that's your business. Like take care of it. No woman is gonna want to fuck you if you stink. I'm talking to men in general. I'm talking to women too. I have no women. I'm sorry, and this is my own personal opinion. Please don't nobody attack me for it. But I feel like at some point, a woman needs to set her ass in some water. I don't ever feel I got the shower head to come off and I can get all up in the crevices and stuff. But until I soak my ass in some hot water, I take a bath on a regular basis just because I feel like, I know some people say, you just soaking in your own dirt. Blah, 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 blah. When I first get in it, I'm not soaking in my own fucking dirt. My girl's part is soaking in some nice hot bubble bath, Epsom salt, alcohol, water. Because that's how much shit.
That's a lot in one darn tub.
Absolutely. Epsom salt, and it got to be the green alcohol because we need my water to be green, so I know this is.
Oh, the green alcohol, that's the worst.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's the best.
The green alcohol burns like crap.
If you sit your funky ass in some green alcohol
and
your lady parts is burning,
you like Michael Jackson.
And your lady parts is burning, that means you got some shit happening down there that you need to go to the doctors for. It does not make you burn unless you have open sores. Who's burning and just alcohol and just putting it on their skin? Alcohol does not just burn your regular. If you get an alcohol pad and you rub it in your arm, does it burn?
No, I'm just talking about if you put it on the cut.
If you put it on the cut. So if you sit your ass in and between your legs is burning, it's an issue.
Oh, that's good.
Huh?
We don't have those issues.
Right. I don't have those issues. That's why the reason why I sit in alcohol water on a regular basis. If I had alcohol, I get upset. So yes, bubble bath, Epsom salt, alcohol, all in one bath. And if you feel good, you gotta be a bath on too. I don't care.
That is a lot. That's a lot.
And then I scrub my body with a scrub brush. And not no little nail brush. I'm talking about like the carpet scrub brush. Yes. And that gets all the dead skin off.
I'm gonna say you're losing follicles at this point.
And then I get up and I take the shower and let it rinse all of it off.
And how long is this?
I do that at least. I try to do it once a week, but I don't always have the time.
I'm saying, how long does it take?
It takes at least 45 minutes to an hour.
I want to say it's like a full movie.
I consider it a me bath.
Definitely you.
It is candlelight,
Oh, you.
glass of wine, music. It's a very relaxing thing.
That's a concert.
Whatever.
Like an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert.
Okay. But it's what I do for me. It's very relaxing. And I try to do it at least once a week. If not, it's every other week.
How many times is it?
But it makes my skin really soft.
I do like a nice long shower, especially after a long day of work. stand there. Yes. And my shower's not hot.
You tell me, have you ever paid attention to how hot water is? Next time you go over there and you wash your hands, don't turn them on cold.
No, that's not gonna happen.
My water is so hot when I get out of it, I'm red.
No, that's not me.
I'm red for it.
I can't do like that.
No man I've ever been in a relationship will get in the bathtub. They're like, my boss is not running off getting in there.
Well, my son likes hot showers, so he definitely get that from me. He got it from his mother.
They definitely was just like, that's not happening.
Yeah, I'm not going.
They like, I'm not getting it. And I'm like, all right, I'll want some cold water.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then they like, this shit is still hot. I still see the steam. Like you can, when I stand up, you can see the steam coming off my body.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to steam a crab.
And then why are you cooking yourself?
Exactly.
Cause I feel like shit ain't clean unless hot water touch it.
It's hot water. There is some heat in there. It's just not to the fact that Bo Brooks wants to come there with their bushels of crabs. No,
Really?
I'm just saying.
Is it too late to get crabs?
But you let me get crabs.
You know, my dad never let us get crabs after the holiday.
Oh yeah, no. Like when right after leaving it?
Yeah.
Like that? No, I get crabs year round.
I think I need some before it's cool.
Ooh, we can take some with us. Oh, that's if you are available.
What?
Yeah,
I don't want to eat crabs in a car.
crab cake.
Crab cake?
You want crab cake?
Yeah, but you gotta pay $10 to get food in it.
Hmm?
You lie. Look at your ass.
Hmm?
No, man.
Huh?
No, but I'm talking about picking crabs.
What happened?
I'm talking about picking crabs.
We just did that.
I know. That was weeks ago. It was like a month ago. That's because you lazy and you don't feel like picking them.
I picked the crabs.
I know, 9 minutes to me.
I'm
I think I ate over a dozen.
probably did. Greedy too.
Crabs are not filling.
I know they're not. It just.
How many crabs you think you gotta eat to get one crab cake from Coco?
I know it's a lot. It's, after a while, you just get tired of picking.
I don't.
Like after a while, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Thank you.
That's because you ate, and then you ate so much other food. Like how many hot dogs did you get?
I had one hot dog.
You went back and got more food.
That was for you and your daughter.
No, I got my own food.
I had one hot dog. I ate a bunch of shrimp.
Whatever, you went back all the times.
Sure.
Anyway, don't judge me. All right, well, it was a good show.
I'm not taking you.
I don't think we resolved anything.
We know.
I think I won all our arguments.
That's a lie.
I did.
Did not.
You give horrible suggestions as friends.
I don't know. You said come with a scenario. I didn't have a scenario.
There's no great way of turning a friendship to a relationship, and if it doesn't work, it does not go back to the
I said it depends on the individuals, and if it doesn't work, you can go back to being friends.
People who don't know how to communicate can't possibly think that anything's going to move anywhere because you don't even know how to communicate your own fucking feelings. If you are 35 and older and you're still struggling with that, then you really have a problem. And if you think something's going to happen without you actually communicating, then shit's not wrong. I'm a shit.
Okay, and on that note, good night. See y'all next week, possibly. She's probably going to have a different host. I ain't coming back.
Sorry, let me stop. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. It was a good show. Thank you, Nico.
Whatever.
The foolishness. Anyway, we'll be back next week. We will both be back next week. So, lies and tells. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Good night.
These niggas do cookies fresh out